Well, right now at RBC Wealth Management, we think in general the Chinese economy is stabilizing, but it is still fluctuating at the cycle bottom. So we don't see the economic outlook to change significantly in the coming few months. It's neither accelerating nor decelerating. And we won't see a very significant change before we see a material improvement in the property market. So in the next few weeks or 1 month or two, we think most investors will still be cautiously positioned, and we would prefer to focus on the quality names with strong balance sheet and also who can pay decent dividends.
Yeah, it seems to be the consensus in the market right now that stocks are going to struggle to find some reason for some meaningful upside if we don't hear any more on the real estate front, but also it very much comes down to the earnings as a catalyst. So what do you think we could expect in the next few weeks as stocks very much struggle to get off these lows that we're seeing right now?
Right, so a near-term focus next week will be the Third Plenum, but we don't think it will reverse the market sentiment as the meeting is not an event to announce any massive policy stimulus, and we don't think investors are expecting too much from this. But a key area to look at is the consumption tax reform, and it is being widely discussed at the moment. So at the moment, we think the impact to the market is going to be neutral, because on the one hand, possibly the central government could share some consumption tax revenue with the local governments, and that can really help to ease the local government's revenue and debt burden. However, on the other hand, the impact to the domestic demand remains to be unknown, because the taxable items, the scope of taxable items could be widened, and also the taxable prices could be higher, and that could slightly curb consumption in the short term.
Indeed. How are you looking at what the yuan does in terms of really propelling exports from here, if at all?
Right. For the yuan right now, our year-end outlook is still for the dollar yuan to be at 7.33, so slightly depreciate from the current level. And we think the key issue here is, even though the economy is stabilizing a little bit, it still remains relatively weak. And also the interest rate stays at relatively low level, and that will keep the yuan on the weaker end. However, the PBOC seems quite determined to put a floor on the Chinese yuan. So it will try to also intervene in the market if it depreciates very significantly. So right now, our expectation is for the yuan to slightly depreciate from the current level.
Yeah, and when you talk about depreciation from the current levels, what would be the tolerance band by the PBOC?
We think a key level to watch is 7.3, and for year end this year is going to be 7.33.